Hey students, let's get started with exam 1 from fall 2021. Okay, so if you're looking in your book, it'll be titled BADM 320 Exam 1 Fall 2021A. Alright, so we'll get started. And I'm not just going to give you like the key, because I just give you the key, students tend to just memorize like B, C, D, A, B. And then if I ask a question that is similar to the question I asked in a previous exam, people just put the answer B down. I mean, the numbers show that they actually put the wrong answer down because that's what they did in the earlier one. So I don't want that to happen to you. So I'm going to go through the questions, give you the answers, yes, but also kind of explain a little bit more so you kind of get like a study guide out of this and not just a B, C, D, B, A kind of thing. All right? So the first question on here is, what does the marketing mix contain? Okay, the answer is A, for those of you who want to do the quick one. Remember, the marketing mix, that's the 4 P's of marketing. Product, price, place, promotion, okay? Remember, product, what does that do? It creates value, right? We create a product like a blackboard here, a whiteboard here, a marker. They're creating value by having it. And then price captures the value. How much is this worth to somebody? That's the price. It's capturing that value of it. Then you have the place. That's how you deliver value. So the place might be the retail outlet you sell at, or the website. I mean, think about it. A bad website makes delivering the value harder. If you have a good website, you get more value out of it, right? You have that. And then you have promotion. And promotion is when you communicate the value. You let people know about the value, okay? So that's number 1, is A, okay? Number 2, Culver's restaurants post pictures of their delicious double butterburger cheese, their prices, and their restaurant locations on their Instagram feed. This is an example of which of the 4 E's of social media framework. So here what Culver's is doing is they're educating. So it's A, educate, and they're educating their consumers online about what products they have, when they're open. It's like informing them. So if you see they're just informing people about things, that's usually an educate when you focus on that with the 4 E's of social media marketing, okay? Now, number 3, which form of media is known to have more credibility and social authority to the general public? That would be B, traditional media. Now, I will say this, social media is becoming more credible, but it's still, I mean, if you told somebody you read it online versus, oh, I saw it on NBC, you probably get the one on the traditional media, like TV, radio. You give that more kind of credence, right? It's kind of like when you get, an article on yourself in the newspaper. Well, I want it framed, it looks all fancy. But if you got an article in a blog, you're like, oh, it's a blog. Anybody could write that. Is it really that good? So that's one of the things that social media is really fighting against, is it doesn't have as much social authority, So that's why the one that has a better one is traditional media. Okay, that's B for number 3. Now, number 4, which of the following factors is found in the immediate or task environment? So remember, let's think about it. Immediate and task environment, that's going to be talking about the overall macro environment of factors that we deal with as a company. So if you think of the macro factors, the outside our influence, that's technological, political, legal, like those things. That's outside our control. The immediate and task environment, those are things we can control. So what can we control? We can control our labor supply, who we hire, right? We can control what we do with our competition, right? Yeah. But on here, what you're looking for in your answer is number C, competition factors. We can do things against our competition. That's what we can directly control. If McDonald's lowers their price, Burger King can lower their price. If the Indiana University comes up with a new degree, University of Illinois can come up with a new degree. Okay, we can actually do something with that and actually impact it. Okay, so that's that immediate environment. It's something we can do immediately. It's a task that we can do. That's why it's called a task environment or immediate environment. Okay, now number 5, the baby boom of post-World War II saw the largest amount of babies being born in the history of humankind. This led to a vast increase for the need for the number of schools in the 1950s, universities in the 1970s, and retirement home in the 2010s. This increase would fit into which macro-environmental factor? That would be B, demographic factor, because you're seeing how demographics change. I mean, think about yourselves. How many of you, your high school just got a new high school within the last 10 years, right? Do you know why? Because the old high school was built for those baby boomers in the 60s. And maybe some of you went to high school and it was still one of those old 60s, 70s buildings. Those are built during the baby boom time. And so now we're replacing those with for the Zoomers and the millennials that went through. So, and this one we're looking at demographic factors. Number 6, how would you rate the threat of new entrants in the restaurant industry? So restaurants come and go all the time. There's always a new restaurant coming up, and that's one of the great things on campus. There's always something new. So if you think about with restaurants, is it really hard to enter into the restaurant industry? No. You make the food, you get a couple licenses from the city, which isn't hard to do, and voila, you have yourself a food truck or a restaurant or a kiosk that sells stuff. So if it's really easy to get into, that means the threat is actually very high. It has a very high threat of new entrants because it's so easy to come in. Okay, so think about that. So the answer for number 6 would be B. Okay. Number 7, if a restaurant buys, listen to this, cheap furniture to use in their restaurants, hire an untrained waiters and chefs, use cheap ingredients, and build up their reputation as the cheapest restaurant in town, they're most likely using which kind of competitive strategy? That would be B, cost leadership, because they're doing everything they can to have the lowest price possible. And therefore they can pass the lowest price possible on to the consumers. Because let's be honest, there's some restaurants that have really bad food, but we still eat at it because it's cheap. I mean, I can't beat $1 menu going out to eat, right? So you have to think about that. Now, moving on to number 8. Mark's Discount Flooring does everything they can to deliver the lowest price to their customers. Yeah, I need to redo my spell check on my exams. They do not wear uniforms. The actual floors in the warehouse are just cement, and they use sunlight instead of actual light bulbs to light the warehouse. Most likely, which kind of competitive strategy is Mark's Discount Flooring using? That is also C, cost leadership strategy. Now here's the thing, when you go through the exams, just because I have an answer of one way doesn't mean it could be the same answer again later. Okay, so just be aware of that. But that was one that just had 2 things, because this was actually, I wrote a bunch of questions and it randomized them, so there you go. That's why 2 were back to back. Number 9, the University of Illinois Library Science Program is one of the top library science programs in the world. That's actually true. It consistently ranks as a top school for students from around the globe. The demand for library science students is forecasted to maintain the same for the next 20 years or have medium attractiveness. If you are the University of Illinois and you are using the GE McKinsey matrix for evaluating small business units, what would your recommendation be for the U of I in terms of their library science program? So, if you remember the GE matrix, we have to look at in terms of attractiveness of the market and strength of the business unit. So the strength of the business unit, library science is one of the top ones in the country. Hey, that's a really strong business unit. And then we're looking at the industry overall for library sciences. It's medium. Okay, so if we look on our chart, we see, oh, very strong, medium attractiveness for the industry. That's going to be something where you're going to invest in them. Okay, so number 9 would be A, increase investment in the library science program. All right. Number 10, the month of December is designated HIV/AIDS Awareness Month, and to bring awareness, supporters will show and wear red ribbons. This is what type of marketing? That is B, cause marketing. And you see it a lot. Remember the Ice Bucket Challenge? That was cause marketing that brought attention to that cause. They marketed the cause of ALS, right? And so the red ribbons for AIDS awareness is about bringing awareness about the cause, okay? So you'll see that. So cause marketing is very much a thing. So 10 is B. Next up, we have number 11. The University of Illinois offers an incredible educational experience for prospective students. I don't know about current students, but for prospective students with top-notch professors, cutting-edge classes in fields such as engineering and business, and extremely high levels of job placement after graduation, which is true. This would be an example of the University of Illinois' what? That would be their value propositions, C. Because remember, value propositions are the reason why people would buy from you. And you want to think about is what is important to people. So if we look at this, incredible educational experience. Isn't that what you're looking for as a student? Yes. You want to have good professors too. That's going to help, right? Yeah, that's going to pay off. And then we look at it in terms of, cutting edge classes. That's something else you're looking for. I want to learn the newest stuff as well. And so they have that in there. So those are the kind of the selling points. And when you think about selling points, those are what you call value propositions. That is C for number 11. Number 12. Which of the 4 P's of marketing communicates value? Remember I talked about that before. That is D, promotion. Promotion communicates the value, right? 13, Starbucks Coffee consistently buys real estate near high traffic intersections in order to place their Starbucks coffee shops where people are passing by frequently. Which sustainable competitive advantage is Starbucks trying to achieve? That is A, location excellence, okay? Because sometimes, Starbucks is fine. I like their chai tea lattes, don't get me wrong. But Do they have the best coffee ever? Do they have the best snacks ever? No, but they're super convenient. And for a coffee shop, it's about, I want to grab my coffee and get to work, right? So it's usually on the way you're getting there. So location becomes very important, and that's what Starbucks focuses on. That's also what Walgreens or CVS focus on. Think about it. Don't you know whenever there's a new like 4-way stop coming with a light, there's probably going to be a CVS or Walgreens that's going to pop up too? Yeah, because they're looking at convenient locations, okay? So you have that. Now, number 14, the Los Angeles Lakers NBA basketball team consistently ranks as one of the best basketball teams and organizations in the country. Their coaching staff is excellent in recruiting top players and training their players to bring out the best in their basketball game. Which type of sustainable competitive advantage do the LA Lakers have? Choose the best answer. That would be C, operational excellence. Because they're able to attract the free agents that come there. They're there. They have the management awareness to train their employees, to help them do better, help their basketball players reach their full potential. That means it's operational excellence. They just run their team better. Okay, that helps. I mean, how many of you like a team that seems to lose all the time? You don't know why. You're based in one of the top 3 cities in the country, yet consistently there's no touchdowns and no hope. And you're like, what's going on here? Well, sometimes when the operational side doesn't work, failure comes. But if you have operational excellence, you can succeed even if you're not expected to succeed, okay? So 14 is C, all right? Now, you can comment below what team you think I'm talking about with that one. 15, my cousin Jeff is a huge U of I sports fan, which is true. He watches their games when they are on TV, listens to them on the radio, and has one favorite Illinois shirt he wears every day the U of I plays. However, that is not all. He also goes to their games and sends his children to the U of I. What type of customer relationship group would you place my cousin Jeff in? Well, that would be a true friend. The reason why is because they're very loyal. I mean, he's got the t-shirt, he's got watching the games, he's sending his kids there, like, it's all about it, right? So he's very loyal, but also, he's not just watching on free TV, okay? He's actually sending his kid to, and spending tens of thousands of dollars over 4 years to send his kid to U of I. That's a true friend. Okay, and that's what you're looking at in terms of your different clients, right? So if you have a client that's very loyal to you but also spends a lot of money, that's a true friend. Okay? Now, number 16, which would be a key success factor of the beer industry? Well, if you think about it, the beer industry, what are some of the key success factors? Well, one thing you have to realize is beer is very heavy. Okay, and that's why if you go around the world, you notice that everybody usually drinks like a local beer, whether it's a local craft beer or a local like beer brewed nearby that's a bigger one because of the weight. So one thing I think about is local production is very important when it comes to beer, right? Another thing that's really important when you come to beer is a wide range of beer flavors or options. Because if you only have one beer and no one likes that, like if I'm a bar, right? Or if I'm a supermarket, do I want to deal with 20 different distributors? Or do I want to deal with one distributor that has 20 different beers? That's going to help you be more successful. That's why it's not just Budweiser. It's Budweiser, Bud Light, Michelob Light, Ultra, Bud Light Lime, the Butterita. They have all those different things out there to help them succeed. Okay, so that's on there too. And then we look at brand. Well, that's one thing as you see is everyone's trying to build up the brand that people recognize, and you tend to buy brands you know. So they spend a lot of money trying to develop that. So if you're looking at it, number 16, all of those would be key success factors for the beer industry. Okay, so 16 is D. 17, all stores require customers to wear masks when they enter a store due to the governors mandating mask wearing in public. This is an example of what type of macro-environmental factor. That would be A, political, legal, macro-environmental factors. Because the government, like it says, the governor, what I have it say? The governor mandating mask wearing. So it's a political thing. So that's going to influence you. You can't do anything about it. You just have to adjust to it. Okay, so you have that. Next up, 18. HealthLink Insurance offers health insurance that is accepted in 60% of the hospitals in the local area. HealthLink is trying to improve their hospital coverage to 100% of hospitals in the local area. In this case, HealthLink is focusing on which of the 4 P's of marketing to help improve the value of their insurance to their customers. That is B, place, because they're trying to figure out how they can deliver the value more. Well, how do you deliver the value of an insurance policy more? You're making sure that every hospital in the local area takes that insurance policy, okay? So that's why place, delivering the value, is B for 18. 19, what's the email you should use? Send your questions about the course. BADM320questions@gmail, that's A. What's the instructor's name? My name is Mark Wolters, that's D. You'd be surprised on exams. I usually put that on the first one and about 16%. It's gotten better, but a couple years ago it was like 16% of the students would miss that one. And the best is like even when it was online and you had the book in front of you and my name is on the book, like it's right there. Like it's right there and they still miss it. It's pretty funny. So there's that. 21, industry key success factors cannot change over the long term. That is false. Key success factors do change over the long term. Because you think about something like the car companies, you know, like for years, safety was a key success factor. That's where Volvo, they all went on safety. Their design was ugly, they were expensive, but they were safe. That's what you went for, okay? But now, all the safety has been regulated into it. Like every car has a seatbelt and front airbags and a side airbags, impact stuff. So actually all the cars are safe now. So that's not really a key success factor anymore because it's been regulated in. So these key success factors do change over the long term. Okay, so 21 is B, false. 22, looking at the industry key success factors for the fast food industry, what would disgusting food, bad restaurant layout, no drive-through, or delivery options be considered for the fast food restaurant industry? That is A, death bells. Especially now, if you don't have drive-through and you don't have like takeout, you forget it. You got no chance, right? I mean, think about it. Have you noticed over the last couple of years, all the fast food restaurants are putting in more, like instead of one lane at McDonald's for drive-through, there's 2 lanes, right? They're doing that to help improve it. I mean, I've seen where Burger Kings and Taco Bells are getting built up where they're literally not even interior stuff, or there's a very small interior and it's all meant for just takeaway. Because we've seen, like, that's a whole other question about, you know, how things have changed. But for restaurants right now, those are death bells. You have to have the delivery and the takeaway and all that kind of stuff, right? And bad food, no one's going to eat that. Next up, gotta turn the page. I have my little music stand below holding these things up. Maybe I'll raise this a little higher so it doesn't seem as strange that I'm looking so low. But we'll see if it works. So. All right, so question 23. The strengths and weaknesses of a SWOT analysis focus on the interior workings of the firm. That is true. Because strengths and weaknesses are things that your company actually have. Like, your company does this well. Your company does this poorly. And you can improve that. And strengths you can make stronger, right? So those are interior workings. Whereas opportunities and threats, those are outside the firm. That's an outside opportunity we could try to get. That's an outside threat we have to worry about. Okay? But strengths and weaknesses, that's interior stuff. Okay? So 23 is A. 24. What is a core aspect of marketing? C, satisfying customers' wants and needs. Yes, that is one of the key things in marketing. You want to make sure you're doing that because that's what people will buy from you, because you're satisfying a need that they have, okay? 25, when you watch Mr. Beast on YouTube and other social media, he asks you to like, subscribe, and smash that bell. These would fall into which part of the 4E framework of social media? That would be B, engage. Because he's trying to get you to engage. He's trying to get you to do something. Whether it is hit the like button or subscribe button. I mean, heck, you can hit the like button right now. Or hit the subscribe button right now and help us out. You know, I'm Professor Wolters. No, but that's an engagement kind of thing. You're trying to get them to do something. Sometimes it's, hey, why don't you buy my product? That's getting them to engage as well. Okay? 26, which of the following should not be in a social media plan? Actually, everything that's listed there, it should be. It's D. All of these should be listed in a social media plan. Because you want to list the different social media platforms you're on. If you're going to be on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, you lay that out there. Also, you have a schedule for when those posts are going to come out. And also, you're going to say who you're going to target with each of those things. Because, let's be honest, there's no point in me making Facebook posts for my students. Because none of you are on Facebook, except for grandma to see you being awesome, right? No, it'd be easier for me to be on Instagram or TikTok. That would be much better for me to get a hold of you. Okay, so think of that. So 26 is D. 27, when Business Career Services interviews students, they ask what it is that students would like for BCS to do for them in terms of seminars, trainings, webinars, or anything else they could do to help. In this respect, Business Career Services are working on what core aspect of marketing? That is A, customers' wants and needs. That is going back to what we talked about before. Okay, you have that. 28, which of the following is a typical goal of social media? Improve a firm's search engine optimization. Yeah, that's something you want it to do. Generate a community feeling among customers. That's actually the most important part of social media, so that's one. Engage with followers of a brand. Yeah, it sounds like 28 is D. All of these are typical goals of social media, so 28 is D. 29, Sahil's latest TikTok video has 1,000 views and 500 likes. What is Sahil's latest TikTok video's interaction rate? Okay, now interaction rate is how many interactions do you get, likes, follows, subscriptions, comments, whatever, on a video or on any kind of thing you put out. So we got 1,000 views, and of those 1,000 views, he got 500 likes. Well, that means he has a 50% interaction rate. So half the people that watched, or half of the watch views he got, did something, interacted with it. So that's why it's 50%. Zhao Wei sent out 500 emails to her clients announcing her new book, How to Be Awesome. 50 of those clients bought her new book. What was Zhao Wei's conversion rate for her emails? So conversion rate is how many you convert them to do something. Here we're looking at the conversion rate of sales, so it's 10%. Because 50 of the 500 she sent out 500 emails, she got 50 sales. So 50 divided by 500 is 10%. Okay, so 30 is A. Now, 31. The hot cocoa industry has been dominated by the same three players for decades. They are constantly fighting over the same customers and the same market share year over year. If you were analyzing the situation, how would you term the hot cocoa industry? Now, if you think of the hot cocoa industry and you're looking at this example, they're the same companies fighting over the same clients over the same stuff again and again and again. That is the definition of B, a red ocean, when companies are fighting over the same market all the time. Okay, because there's lots of blood in the blood in the water, hence the red ocean, right? Now, if I would give an example of remember a couple years ago when the cocoa bombs became really popular, that was actually a blue ocean strategy. They went outside the box. We're not fighting over the everyday cocoa stuff. We're fighting over the specialty drink splash time market. That was the blue ocean strategy. But in this example, we're just talking about old-fashioned hot cocoa. That is B, a red ocean strategy. Okay. 32. What social media metric shows how many times a browser opens a website? Choose the best answer. Look, you could go with page visit, but the best answer here is hits. Okay, hits is the best answer. 33. What is a way that your website can destroy goodwill with your customer? Now, there's a ton, okay, but in this case, the one you want to have is ask for more personal information than you need. I mean, how many times you're buying a pair of shoes, or you're buying a shirt online, and they're like, oh, what's your favorite color? Where do you, well, I get where you live, but they start asking too many things like, oh, where did you go to high school? What's your mother's maiden name? I'm like, why do you need to know that? Like, no, that sounds like a phishing thing. Look, if you have a website and you ask more questions that need to be, don't do it. That's why you'll see a lot of companies now, they're like, oh, sign up to your website. All we need is your email. I don't need your name. I don't need your birthday. I don't need to just send me your email and I'll send you the stuff, because they're asking for literally nothing. Okay, because people feel more confident. I'll send you my spam email account so you can send it there, so you don't really know who I am. So that's why you kind of think of it those ways. Okay, so asking for more personal information than you need, that is the worst one on there. Okay, the other ones are fine. Save clicks, that's actually good. Tell the website visitors what they want. You actually want that. That makes them happy. Here it's C. 33 is C. 34. Which media source, social media or traditional media, give you the ability to reach both a large and small or niche audience? Actually, both social media and traditional media let you do that. Think about it. If you want to reach everybody, you can be on the Super Bowl, right? Traditional media, boom, everybody's got it. But also, you could use social media to get out to everybody. You can use Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and you'll get out to everybody too. So you can get to big audiences with both, but also niche audiences, right? If you want to find the people that love Thomas the Train, right? Well, you could go on the Thomas the Train fan sites on social media and do that, or you can advertise for Thomas the Train, right? On their cartoons. So there are ways you can really get niche, tiny audiences and big audiences with both types of media. Okay, so that's why 34 is C. 35. When Target has their workers wearing fancy uniforms, they have wonderful displays in the store, have an incredible collection of high-priced to medium-priced products throughout the store in order to make a better shopping experience. Which type of competitive strategy is Target pushing? That would be a C, differentiation strategy. They're trying to make it different, make it special, so you're willing to pay more money for it. Okay, because I'm going to guess the milk from Target comes from the same cow as the milk at Walmart, but you pay more money for it because the Target experience, right? Because they make it a little bit different, a little bit nicer, okay? Now, next up, 36. When an industry is characterized by having a lot of room to grow, and there are big product differences between rival companies, how would you rate the intensity of rivalry within this industry? This would be a low intensity of rivalry. If I've got plenty of room to work and there's plenty of room to grow, I don't hate my neighbor. I don't have, it's like my neighbor's like 10 miles down that way. I don't care. They're great. When I got my neighbor who's like sharing my wall right here and I can hear them at night, doing whatever they're doing, then it gets a little tense, right? But lots of space, the intensity is much lower. Okay, so at 36 is A, low intensity of rivalry. 37, society has become more aware of their impact on the environment, have less time than ever for personal time like vacations, and have focused more on their health and wellness. These factors would fit into which macro-environmental factor? That is B, social trends that are out there. I think that's kind of self-explanatory. 38, which of the generations are known to be the most brand loyal? That would be the seniors, okay? Because if you look at it in terms of Zoomers and Gen X, they are much more likely to go try other things. Whereas, if you go to grandma's house, you already know exactly what's there, right? So seniors tend to be much more brand loyal. Next up, 39. By the way, if you're watching this, my camera has died like 75 times filming this. So if I'm seeming like I'm more perturbed towards the end here, that's fine, okay? So 39, when Tesla developed an electric car that focused on having a cooler design than traditional electric cars, I mean, let's be honest, they do look cooler than other electric cars. At least they did. They also are constantly innovating their electric cars to be seen as more advanced than their competitors, so they're improving their product. Additionally, Tesla focused on developing a strong brand for their cars. Taken together, which sustainable competitive advantages Tesla hoping to achieve? Now, the brand one can go in a few, but when we're looking at making a better design, making a better car, keeping improving, that's when we look at A, product excellence. Okay, they're trying to make a better product. 40, tourist destinations like Orlando, Florida, and Venice, Italy are known to have a large number of tourists visit them every year. These tourists only visit one time, but will spend a large amount of money during their visit to these cities. If we look at customer relationship groups, where would you place tourists for Orlando and Venice in the customer relationship group matrix? So if they're only going to come once, are they loyal? No. They're only there once and then they're gone. It's like a butterfly that flies in and we get to enjoy it all we can, and then it flies away. We're like, oh, it was so wonderful that time, but they flew away. And that's what your tourists are here. They're butterflies, D, because they fly in, they spend all that money for the week they're there, and then poof, they're gone. It would never be seen again. Just like the butterfly, poof, and you never see it again. All right? Number 41. Giving customers stellar service will always lead to more sales and profits. That's actually false. Think about it. I've been treated a lot better at one gas station versus another gas station, but the other gas station is 5 cents cheaper. I'm still going over there, aren't I? Yeah, no matter how nice they are, people still will choose that. So you have to realize is that stellar service is nice, but it doesn't really affect things in every situation. Okay? I love my Culvers. I love the friendly service they have there. It's all kinds of great stuff, but sometimes I don't go there. See, and that's them writing me like, well, how do you say you don't go to Culvers every day? Well, sometimes you don't get there, even though they have the best service. That's one thing you got to think about. 42. Pure Michigan is the slogan and marketing campaign to get more tourists to visit the beautiful state of Michigan. This would be considered what type of marketing? That's place marketing. When you're like tourism is usually place marketing, like why you visit Chicago or Pure Michigan, enjoy Illinois, those kind of things. What are the main reasons people buy? Well, I have a feeling I'm in a group message. Don't you hate that? You have a group message that you don't want to be a part of, you get like 90 texts in a row. Or not. I don't know. If you think of this, so 43, they have a problem and the product or service can fix the problem. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why you buy. They see your product as an opportunity to grow. Yeah, that's one. They want to save as much money as possible. Not really. So actually the best answer is for 43 is D. Both A and B are the main reasons why people buy. Because it is true. They see your product can help them succeed or your problem can help solve one of their problems. That's why people buy. Don't lie to yourself for other reasons. Okay? 44. If a firm focuses on making the best product possible, but do not interact with their customers to find out what they truly want, what market issue could come about? That's marketing myopia. That is when you have people like, We are going to make the best movie ever. We don't care what the fans say. We're going to make this perfect. We're going to have 90 different bad guys in this movie, and everyone will love it. And then you see the movie, and you're like, this movie sucks. Like, there's no time to develop the characters. What's going on here? Marketing myopia. If you're not sure, myopic vision is when you can't see very well, right? You wear glasses. It's just, you're missing out. You're missing something. Okay, so marketing myopia happens when you're not looking at what customers want. Okay, so 44 is A. 45, which of the following is not a core aspect of marketing? Well, actually, all these I'm going to talk about are core aspects. So satisfying customers' wants and needs. Yep, that's a core aspect. Marketing occurs everywhere. It really does. Marketing helps create value. Yeah, all of that does. So 45 is D. All of them are core aspects. Next up, we have the example for the Boston Consulting BCG matrix. You know, the cow, dog, you know, cash cow, dog, star, question mark. Okay. So if this is one I usually tell students, make your little, you know, make the little graphs so you know what's what when you're going there. So we have the different ones on here. So Mark's Happy Burger Hut is a fast food restaurant located in Walla Walla, Washington. Mark's Burger Hut is looking at their portfolio of products of food selections and trying to decide where they should invest and where they should cut a product from their menu. Please use the BCG matrix to place each from there. So, first product, the all-time classic Mark's Mega Burger. Mark's Mega Burger has always been a consistent seller, so consistent seller. That means it's not growing high, it's just consistently selling. This is the old standby order for a long-time customer. It is not as popular as it once was, but it still maintains good sales. Right there, 46, that is the definition of a cash cow. Mark's Mega Burger is B, cash cow. Okay. The second one we have is a brand new product. Oh, so it's brand new. Okay. The Caleb Spicy Chicken Sandwich. This new item is so popular that Mark's Burger Hut can barely keep enough chicken patties in the restaurant to serve everyone. It's a huge hit, and the fast increasing desire for chicken sandwiches look like it's going to continue to grow. So, it's growing really fast. It's doing very, very well, so you might not sure, do I put it as a question mark or a star? Well, that we can't keep up with it, this would be a star. Caleb's Spicy Chicken Sandwich would definitely be a star here. Okay. Number 48 is Briggs Beer Battered Fish. The third product is Briggs Beer Battered Fish Fingers. These have never been a popular item on the menu. I think that gives you the right track, huh? And over the years, the desire for fish sandwiches has waned to the point that they're not sure if they should even keep Briggs Beer Battered Fish Fingers on the menu any longer. So looking at this, number 48, Briggs Beer Battered Fish Fingers could be considered what? Those would be a dog. And actually, Briggs is my dog's name, so this is in honor of him. Yeah, because it's just a product that low growth, nobody's buying, small market share, not worth it. That's your dog. Not my dog, but this dog here. 49, Liam's Lemon Shake-Ups. Okay, the fourth product is Liam's Lemon Shake-Ups. This brand new drink that launched yesterday focuses on fresh lemons and nose-tingling bubbles. The fresh fruit drink market is growing by leaps and bounds, but Mark's Burger Hut isn't sure how their small new drink will compare. So, new industry, fast-growing industry, but we just started, so we're going to be a small-time player in a fast-growing industry. That's a question mark. So, Liam's Lemon Shake-Ups is C. 49 is C, question mark. And then 50 is Jocelyn's Greek Salad Surprise, is the fifth product they want you to look at. Jocelyn's Greek Salad Surprise is an on-the-go salad bowl that people can enjoy in the restaurant, in their car, or at their home. Remember this one? The pandemic has increased the demand for the on-the-go food and the desire for people to lose their pandemic weight. Preach, right? And the people's desire to lose pandemic weight has helped drive sales through the roof. This has always been one of Mark's Burger Hut's biggest sellers. So, we're seeing it's been a big seller. It's doing very well, so it's got big market share. But now with people trying to lose weight, it means the demand for the salad industry is going up. So we've got big market share and big increase in the industry, right? And industry growth. So of course, that means Jocelyn's Greek Salad Surprise would be considered a star. Okay, so there is your exam 1 from fall 2021, version A, to help you learn. I hope this helps you get ready for the exam. I wish you good luck whenever you're taking it, and have a great time. And let's hope this camera survives for me to film the other exams that I need to. Wish y'all the best and good luck, okay, everybody? Bye.